What's up, sports fans, and welcome to RivalryRage.com. I'm Dr. Smack, and joining me today is Tim Jones. We're going to talk a little bit about the Big East tournament that starts next Tuesday, March the 8th. And Tim, I'm curious to know your thoughts on the Big East. The talk all year has been that they are the best conference in the NCAA. Do you think that's still true?
I think they are the best overall conference, just because they get so many strong teams. But we'll see. We'll see come tournament time how they hold up against some of the other big teams out there. But just from a pure conference perspective, yeah, the Big East is probably the most well-rounded and quality team conference.
Okay. Well, Pittsburgh and Notre Dame have clinched a 2-game bye for the tournament. There's still 2 one-game byes up for grabs. Who do you think the 2 teams that will get those byes are going to be?
Well, I think it's going to be Pittsburgh, Notre Dame, Louisville, and St. John. Those, in my opinion, are the 4 best teams in the Big East. They're going to finish at the top 4 positions in the Big East and get the byes for the quarter round byes. The one-game bye, it's still up for grabs because some of these teams are playing each other. But I think it's going to be Syracuse, Georgetown, Marquette, and Cincinnati. A lot of people probably wouldn't have expected Marquette and Cincinnati to be in that game bye, but I think they're going to be, leaving UConn and West Virginia on the outside looking in on that one. But I think those are going to be the 4 one-round byes.
All right. Do you think that there's going to be any upsets going on in the tournament this year? I mean, it is March. Do you look for, Villanova, West Virginia, one of those teams? Of course, you always got Connecticut that started off strong, and they've just kind of been on a roller coaster ride all season. But do you think any of these teams could possibly knock off a Pittsburgh or Notre Dame?
Well, it's possible. The Big East has so much talent that anything could happen. UConn, they're one of the best teams in the nation. They've struggled a little bit at times, but UConn could win this Big East tournament, and if they did, I wouldn't be overly surprised, even though I don't even have them getting a bye through the first round. So, there's always upsets. If you look at past years, the teams who have the 2-game bye, that's not necessarily been a good thing for them. So we'll see how that plays out this year. I still think the best 4 teams are going to be the 4 teams in the semifinals. I think Pittsburgh, Notre Dame, Louisville, and St. John will be the 4 teams making it to the semifinals. But who knows? It's such a good team. There could be an upset there.
All right. Well, one other thing before we go, who's going to play for the Big East championship game, and who's going to win that game?
All right. Now, anything can happen, like we just talked about. But I think the final game is going to be the 2 hottest teams. Well, it's hard to say they're the 2 hottest teams. Notre Dame's pretty hot, but I think Louisville and St. John's are going to play for the Big East title in Madison Square Garden, and Louisville's going to win it. Now, the video we did the other day, I have St. John's going farther in the NCAA tournament. It's just hard to predict, but right now I'm picking Louisville to win the Big East in Madison Square Garden on the 12th.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for us today, but hope you guys go check out RivalryRage.com, sign up for a free account, and just see how cool this site can be and how much trash you guys can talk about your hated rivals. So from all of us here at RivalryRage.com, I'm Dr. Smack, and I've been talking to Tim, and we're out.